everybody, this is Connie with Connie's Crafty Corner. I can't believe that I'm back within about 2 weeks or so of filming my last video. As you guys know, I've had a lot of long stretches between videos, and I'm hoping to change that. I've had a lot go on these last 2 weeks, and I want to share a little bit with that with you guys. I can't even talk. That's why I've got to start filming more videos more frequently, because I forget what I'm doing or how to do it. I've got quite a bit to show you that I've been working on. I got my hair cut the other day, and I'm not used to it yet. It had gotten ridiculously long. In fact, this is August the 12th or 13th. I think it's the 13th. I think it's Tuesday. And yeah, that's right. And I had not gotten my hair cut since last October, the week after my mom passed away. So that's how long it's been. So it felt good to get it cut. But I'm going to let you guys know a little bit about what's been going on. And then I'm going to show you several yarny things I've been working on. And I'm really excited about it. Okay. I can't remember exactly what day I filmed my last video, but I know it was before I went home to North Carolina to take care of my sister. She had, what's it called? Knee replacement surgery. And if you guys can understand how nervous I was to go home and take care of her, I cannot describe to you. And I wasn't even the one having the surgery. I was just so nervous that I wouldn't be able to handle her pain, her needs, and all that. Well, long story short, her surgery went real well. I went down on Monday, I think the last day of July, or it might have been the 30th, I don't remember, whatever that Monday was. And she had her surgery on that Tuesday, and we brought her home Wednesday. She was in the hospital for less than 24 hours. We got her home, everything was good. The first few days went real well. And if y'all been watching my channel for any length of time, you know I love to organize and clean and put things in places that make sense, that type thing. And my sister, probably in the last 6 months, had moved into a 1-bedroom apartment. And it's on the small side, but it's perfect for her. And so she had too much stuff for the space. So I spent 3 or 4 days between taking care of her, just, cleaning out all her kitchen cabinets, her pantry, her drawers in her bedroom, and everything, and just putting everything back in a more easier to understand and to use order. I don't know how to say it. She was very appreciative. She didn't care that I did it. In fact, she was very thankful. Y'all, I've got a hair or something in my eye. Anyway, we worked on that. Everything was going good. I was sleeping very little. In fact, I had been sleeping on her couch because, like I say, it's a 1-bedroom. She had this machine thing in her bed and all this mess. And I don't sleep well touching somebody else. And she only has I think a queen or a full bed. And I'm used to a king-size bed where I don't touch my husband. At my age, you can't take another person's body heat. So anyway, I chose to sleep on the couch. And I did not sleep. And I started getting terrible back pain and, just did what I had to do to get through it. Well, that Saturday, I started not feeling real well. And I thought maybe it was just because I was exhausted. And I started having terrible hip pain. And then I was taking her trash out and I fell. I slipped in some mud. If anybody knows me in my real life, they know I'm extremely clumsy. So I fell hard on the asphalt, got back up, and went about my day, not thinking anything of it. Well, the next day I was hurting even worse, because you know how that is. And I kept telling Melissa, I think I'm getting sick. And, she was a little panicky because she didn't want me to leave, which I understand because she had been by herself. Well, that Monday, I woke up in such severe pain, and I'd only slept like 2 hours, that I was in tears. I mean, I couldn't recline on the couch because it had a recliner. I couldn't lay down. I couldn't sit. I couldn't do anything. The only relief I was getting was standing up, and I had developed a terrible cold. My head was hurting so bad. I had pain from my neck down to the back of my knees. I mean, that was just the physical pain, but then I had this terrible congestion and stuffiness, and my teeth were hurting and all that. So I ended up leaving Monday. I was supposed to stay to Wednesday and take her to her doctor's appointment, but I just could not stay another minute. And at first she was very upset, but she grew to understand when she found out that I had COVID. I had gotten sick and tested that night when I got home. I probably wouldn't even have taken a test if I hadn't said, you know, I feel like I've got the flu. I'm just hurting all over. My head's hurting. I'm stuffy. I'm coughing. And my husband said, well, there's some people testing positive. So, of course, I did. Now, keep in mind, my daughter's baby shower was the next weekend. So, it was Sunday, this past Sunday. I had to make cupcakes. I had to wrap all the presents. I had another thing that I was supposed to finish for the other girl. They were having a dual baby shower. They called it a sprinkle because they both had already had children. And it was their second baby. So I literally did nothing till Friday. I laid on the couch. I slept. I took care of myself, which is unlike me. Normally I go, but I knew I had to get better. Luckily, I never really had a fever this whole time. And I was panicking. I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it to the baby shower, much less make all the cupcakes that they were expecting me to bring. But I felt much better by Friday. In fact, Friday, I felt pretty normal, and I got up and started doing my normal things, which included making an entire outfit, shorts, t-shirt, and embroidering an outfit for Rowan to wear to the shower that was going to say Big Brother. So I still had that to do too. So, and in the meantime, I know I'm rambly. My husband had been researching, looking for a different vehicle. We have a Chevrolet Impala, and he has two old trucks that both need something done to them. But that's a long story. We won't even go into the saga of his vehicles. Our car is a 2015 Chevrolet Impala. We bought it new, and it just turned over 100,000 miles. So that shows you I don't drive a whole lot. It's 9 years old, maybe 10,000 miles a year I put on a vehicle. But anyway, it's getting where I can't see. I've never been able to see very well out of the Impala, but it seems like as I get older, I guess I'm shrinking. I don't see out of that vehicle very well, and we were looking for something that I could actually see better out of, because I do a lot of traveling by myself to see the grandchildren, soon-to-be grandchildren, and, you know, all that, and it was making my anxiety. It's a long story short. I mean, I could have went forever without buying a car, but Jeff was really excited. So anyway, we ended up going through the car buying process this past weekend, which included Friday evening for like 2 or 3 hours, talking about price and everything, and then going to sign the paperwork for 3 hours Saturday morning, which is ridiculous. And keep in mind, I still had about 75 cupcakes to make and to finish Rowan's outfit. So I worked on that till about 8:30, 9 o'clock Saturday night. I finally sit down. Well, we ended up getting a Nissan Pathfinder, which I'm very happy with. It's very comfortable. But the funny story is I need to go to the bank today, and I'm kind of afraid to drive the vehicle because it's got so much stuff on it that I don't even know what it is. I did test drive it. I mean, it feels like a car, really, even though it's like SUV, which sold me on it, because when I first saw it, I said, it's too big. I'll never be able to drive this thing. I don't want it. But once you get in it, it felt comfortable. But maybe I'll get up enough, what is it, the word? Get up enough guts, I don't know. Get over my fear and get in it tomorrow and go to the bank, because I've really got to go to the bank. But anyway, that was a long story short to tell you guys, I have finally got my Cro-Jo back. I have finally started several projects. I finished one, well, actually two, 3. I finished 3 in the 2 weeks since I talked to you guys, because any downtime I had when I was at Melissa's, I started crocheting, because I knew I had to have something to keep my hands busy and to keep my mind going, because I can't just sit and do nothing. I can't. That's not my personality. So I want to show you guys some finished objects and some things that I have in progress. The first thing I did yesterday, I was doing a lot of deep cleaning in my house because I had not been here for over a week and had been sick for a week, so nothing had been done. Now, to give my husband credit, I came home that Monday. Wasn't expected for that Wednesday. I didn't tell him I was coming home because I like to surprise him. And he had actually left work a little early and got home because he was coming home to clean up before I got home. But anyway, I actually did a little bit of cleaning when I got home, and because it actually felt better for my back to not sit down. But anyway, that doesn't matter. I cleaned for all day Monday, which today's Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. And I don't know about you guys, but we have these little, they look like little mason jars with lids where you stick your toothbrush and stuff in them. And the bottom of it, you know, the water will drip off the toothbrush and always leaves that white ring in the bottom, and it drives me crazy. I have to scrub that thing every week. I can't stand that. It's one of my pet peeves. So I got to thinking, I need to have something to stick down in the bottom of that to kind of absorb the water to make it easier to clean. So I have a ton of these little balls of cotton. It's dish cotton. I think it's actually Hobie. I made a cotton Afghan, I think a year or two ago. My daughter actually took it from me. And I have tons of these little balls left. So I just grabbed up a couple colors. And this is actually the second one. I made two. I just made some little solid granny squares. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds. Let me make sure I'm telling y'all right. 4 rounds. And when I ran out, I made one solid, you know, all this color. And then I ran out of this, started with this. And I think I'll be able to get another one out of this. So I'm just going to, every once in a while, make up a little square. And I just stuck that other one down in the bottom of it. And I think it's going to work because I used to stick my little hand crocheted washcloths or just a regular washcloth down the bottom. But it was always almost too big. So this is the first thing, and I'm spitting all over y'all, that I have finished. And I've actually got 2 of these. And they are pretty square. It's just, you know, I just crocheted it and threw it on the table. Okay, the second thing that's a finished object is I have some of this Hirschner's worsted yarn. And I don't know if it's got the color names on here or not. Excuse me. This one's eggplant. This one is blaze. It's bright, isn't it? This one is emerald. And this one is Halloween, and it's actually the Celebrate version. I got this in a kit. I think, and I actually gifted one to Ella, and I think she made a cardigan, a Halloween cardigan. And that's what I was going to do, but I had no Cro-Jo at the time, and I needed something that I could take with me that would be really simple to work on while I was at Melissa's. So I took it, and I at first made orange and green and purple, all the squares, but for some reason the orange was just throwing me off because it's just so bright. So I didn't use it, which is fine, but it's just not the look I was looking for. So I ended up using 2 entire skeins of these and then had to break these out, which I had 2 other packs. I'm always an overbuyer, which is ridiculous, which I have stopped doing this year. I'm proud of myself. So I got enough to do a smaller version, which I think I'm going to use that for a boggy blanket. But this is what I came up with. Now, when I went to join these squares, I was sick. I actually joined this thing last week when I was feeling terrible. So I just did a single crochet, and I don't love the back of it. I'll show you that first. But the front of it, I'm pretty happy with. The back of it, you can just see where I took my stitches in and out to make the join. But this is the front of the blanket. I actually joined it with the multicolor, the Halloween, and just did the solid color squares of the purple or the emerald and the eggplant to make up the blanket. So this is my Halloween blanket, and let me show you the border. I'll be honest with you, I don't even remember what border I put on there. I just did some single crochets, half double, whatever, just whatever at the moment, and just really didn't put a lot of thought into it because of I just wasn't feeling good and I was wanting to get something finished. So I'm actually going to block this. Because it's kind of wonky from, you know, and I've never actually blocked an acrylic Afghan before. So I'm going to do that hopefully before Halloween. You know how that goes. So this is my first finished project. And y'all don't understand how proud I am of this because I have not finished anything in so long. So that's my first one. And it's perfect for just sitting on the couch, snuggling up watching TV, which my husband and I do even in the summertime. So that's the first thing I finished. Or the second thing, because I got the little squares. Y'all, you know when you get a new haircut, how it takes a while for your hair to kind of get used to it? Mine's definitely at that stage. Okay, the second thing, or third thing I finished, y'all know how I am. I'll forget something, and I'll lay it up here, and then I forget where I put it. Do you remember I told you guys I was going to start on that sweater for Rowan? I started it, had to take it apart, had to take it apart. I ended up changing my hook size. I actually went down to, I think it was a 4 for the collar to cuffs and the ribbon at the bottom, and it was 4.5 is what the pattern called for. But I ended up going like a 3.5 for the collar, sleeve cuffs and the ribbon at the bottom, and a 4 for the body. I just wasn't liking the way it crocheted, and I think I have a loose tension. I thought I had a pretty normal tension, but doing some Afghans where I had these subscription boxes, I would run out of yarn for some of it, so I think I have a loose tension. But it's the, I'm going to tell you what it is. Hold on a second. My computer locked up and I had it pulled up. Okay, it is a MJ off the hook. It's the Winter Wonder Children's Pullover, and I just copied it off her blog. I think you can buy it in Etsy or Ravelry, whatever that word is. Y'all know. But this is it. And I took it this weekend and I held it up to him, and it's going to be a little big. I thought it would be, I was kind of concerned because it was so narrow looking. Because I did go down a hook side, but I think when I block it, I'm going to stretch it out just a little bit because Sarah likes a little bit of an oversized look on Rowan. You know, he'll be too. But I was so the collar still looks big to me. And I went down in a size, let's see, a half size hook in the neck. But if I made it again, I may go down a whole size. I don't know. We'll see. But I love this, y'all. And she has an adult and an adult men and women. It's a unisex pattern. So I think I'm going to make this for my husband. I think it would be too hot for me. Maybe too hot for him. But I know there's 2 other babies in our family. This is what they're going to get for Christmas because I just think it turned out so pretty. I love it. But I made it out of the Swish DK, which is 100% merino wool. And I don't remember the color, and I can't find the ball bands. So they're somewhere. I just didn't want to take the time to look for them because I wanted to hurry up and get this video filmed. But it's kind of heavy. So I think I'm going to make another one for Rowan out of an acrylic and see if it's a lighter weight. I mean, I may be wrong. It may be just as heavy. But it just kind of feels heavy. So, but I love it. It's so squishy, y'all. And I haven't blocked it. I haven't done anything. But the reason I had to start over is not just because of gauge. It's because I wasn't paying attention to the pattern. And if any of you guys have been with me since day one, I could not read a crochet pattern to save my life. I have always just done things just trying to figure it out. Actually, it's so funny. I was crocheting incorrectly. I was, you know, like the top of a double crochet, you kind of go in from the right, sort of. I don't know. I was doing things wrong until I sat down and watched YouTube videos and realized that I was not crocheting correctly. And that has just been a game changer. And it's helped me so much in reading patterns, following people's tutorials, and following the pattern at the same time that the last few patterns, since I've been back to crochet, I actually can just sit down and do it and not have to watch a tutorial. It seems like it just clicked in my head, and I've done that in the past, but I don't know. It seems so much easier since I've come back to crocheting after many months of really not doing much of anything. I mean, I can't remember the last time I sat down and started crocheting something and actually finished it. But this is the third finished project I have in the last 3 weeks. I'm so excited about it. Okay, I've got some works in progress. And I've said this 100 times, but if y'all have been with me for long, you know that I have been trying to come up with a project for this yarn here. I'm working on trying to work through my stash and not buy anything new. And all this is stuff I've had for at least a year. So I've got several colors of this, but I chose two to work with. And one of them is Sequoia, y'all, I'm terrible at pronunciation. And the other one is Chipmunk. These two. I picked these two because I thought they'd kind of coordinate together. And I've started many projects with this. I've started several corner-to-corner blankets. I've started grannies. I've started several things. But I decided to do the join-as-you-go corner-to-corner blanket. So this is what I've got done so far. I probably would have had a whole lot more, but, you know, I've jumped from project to project. So this is wonderful yarn. It's discontinued. It's been discontinued quite a long time. In fact, I started a sweater last year and got so close to finishing it and run out. And I asked everybody that I knew to ask. I looked all over the internet and I could not find any more of the yarn to finish it. So it's just sitting in a pile somewhere waiting for me to take it all out. But I love the way this is coming together, and it's so squishy. This pattern is from the Cozy Cottage Crochet, and I got it off Ravelry. I will link all the patterns that I use down below if anybody has any desire to use them or make them. But this is a wonderful pattern. I've started several blankets with this pattern, and it's so super simple. And to me, it's not as boring as a total corner-to-corner blanket, because it can get boring to me, or it does to me. So that's another work in progress I've got. And my last one, I think it's my last one. And I would show you the outfit I made for Rowan to wear to the baby shower, but he had to wear it, so of course he kept it. I started this, I think this was a crochet along last year with Expression Fiber Arts, I'll tell you in a minute. And I'm not going to try to pronounce this word. It's Expression Fiber Arts. And this is a black and white picture, but that's the name of the pattern. And it's free on her website. She does a knit a knit along and a crochet along. I know for the last couple of years, this year and last year. She may have had some before that, but I never joined them. And what you do, or what I did, is every month last year, I bought the skein of yarn she suggested. Y'all, goodness gracious. And I love the colors, but they're not my favorite together. But I would make this again. So I'm going to show you. And it's out of her Mirage Sport weight yarn. So this is what I've gotten done so far. And I've started Clue 9. I was keeping up with it until life went crazy last year. You know, with Mom and everything. But this is how much I've done since I started back on it. Is starting with this color here, the biscotti, and then that was the color A, and then we went to color I, and then we went back to color B, I think. Let me show you where I'm on that. It's this one right here, and I don't remember the name of it. And it's probably not on her website. Y'all, I keep getting closer. I'm in this roll-around chair. But it's the popcorn stitch. So this is starting Clue. In fact, I'm in the middle of the Clue 9. Yeah, I'm on round 2 of 4 for Clue 9. Beautifully written pattern. I mean, if anybody likes, let me show you the whole thing I've gotten done so far. I love a mandala type project. This is what I've gotten done so far. Let me see. I can't really show it to you that well, but it's just it's just worked out beautifully. I love it. The only color that's kind of throwing me is that one, and I don't know why. But, I mean, it's pretty. It's pretty. It's just I would probably do it in a different colors next time. Because I probably would make this again, because this is my kind of project. Because, oh, I love it so much. I'm sitting here seeing it in the viewfinder. I hadn't really took a good look at it. I love this type of project because it's a different every row. So it really keeps my interest. If anybody has ADHD, you understand what I'm talking about. I have to have something that keeps my mind busy. But y'all, I'm so excited to be filming another video, and I'm actually feeling great. You know, just gotta get over the fear of driving that car. That's ridiculous. That's such first world problems. And I am a grown woman, Lord of mercy. I've got a lot going on in the next few weeks. Well, till the end of the year, really. I've got to go back to North Carolina, not this week, or maybe next, I don't know, the 22nd. I got to go back to do something with Mom's estate. We got to do some paperwork. And then September, my husband's going to Universal with my son. They've been trying to plan a trip for years, just the two of them, to go to Universal because they both love it so much. And they finally got nailed down a time to go. So they're going one weekend in September. The next weekend is my 40th class reunion, and my husband and I have decided to go. I've not ever been back to a class reunion. I was such an introvert in high school and always had a boyfriend and really didn't have a friend base that I hung out with. You know, if I could go back and change anything, I wouldn't have a boyfriend in high school. I didn't marry any of them, but I would have spent more time with friends and had more of that experience. But you can't go back and tell yourself how to change your life because you've already lived it, right? But Jeff has been really wanting to go back, so I told him I would go. And then the next weekend is Rowan's birthday party. She actually postponed it a weekend so we could go to North Carolina for the reunion. And then in October, my two sisters and my uncle are going on a little 4-day cruise. It's the month my mom passed, and we just thought it would be a good way to commemorate and to spend time together. You know, just talk, you know, just celebrate. Mama would be glad we were doing this. So we're doing that in October. And then, you know, of course, Rowan, the new baby's going to be born the 1st of November. And then I'm hosting Thanksgiving here. There's several family members coming, which I'm so excited about. And then we're going to be going to Sarah's. I'm not going to get to see her for Thanksgiving because she's going to have like a 2-week-old. And then she's not going to travel over Christmas, and I don't blame her. So we're going to go down there a couple weeks before Christmas and have Christmas with her. And then we're going to go to Atlanta sometime around Christmas to be with my son and daughter-in-law. So I've got a lot of things coming up, and to some people that may not sound like much, but for someone who is such a homebody and who is so comfortable being in my house, in my routine, it's a lot for me. So anyway, I'm excited. Hopefully I'll be back on soon showing you guys some more things. I've got a lot of things planned that I want to do. In fact, that's a video I think I may be filming, is showing you guys how I process working up what projects I'm going to work on next. Because my plan is to start something new, but also be working on a WIP. So I can't start another new project till I finish one of these that has been in the works for a very long time, because I'm trying to work through all that backlog of WIPs that I've got, or not WIPs, I guess they're just unfinished projects, or UFOs. Or whatever it's called, I don't know. But anyway, you guys, I hope y'all have an amazing day, and, you know, leave me comments in the comment section down below if you have any questions, or send me an email or anything. I'll be glad to answer any question I can. And I'm going to get the patterns that I've used linked in the description box. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, bye-bye. Well, my video didn't cut off. I have this little clicker thing that I don't know how to work, but let me try one more time. If not, I'll have to reach over. Talk to you guys later. Bye.